evening, everybody. Welcome to the Sports Box, where the only opinion that matters is right here. I am Mike Galetta, aka Hammonton Mike. I'm on location today at the House of Brewers in Turnersville with my friend Brian Startare, 97.5 Fanatic host. Brian, thanks for coming out there. I appreciate you.
You're Hammonton Mike.
I am Hammonton Mike. Yes, yes. Good, good. We're going to talk a little NFL draft. There's obviously a little bit of rumors about Mariota going to Philadelphia.
A little bit, just a little bit.
A little bit. I want to ask your opinion. Do you think the Philadelphia Eagles have any shot of moving up and getting Mariota?
Well, I mean, Chip Kelly has proven that anything's possible. I mean, he's made some outlandish moves. I mean, doesn't really care what anybody else thinks, so we'll see what happens. If anybody can acquire Marcus Mariota, it'll be Chip Kelly. I've just been saying all along that, you know, I think that he's a great fit for Chip Kelly, obviously his system, but I think that the Eagles have a lot of holes. They need a wide receiver. They need a cornerback, they need a safety, they need a linebacker, some help on both sides of the line. They could use some depth at tight end. I mean, if you can't get this deal without, if you could do this deal without mortgaging or giving up the farm, then go do it. But there's no precedent. I mean, moving from 20 to 2 is just almost impossible.
Right, a.k.a. the Robert Griffin Jr. deal, where they had to move up 3 spots and they had to...
That's 3 spots,
not 18. 3 spots and mortgage the future. I don't see Chip Kelly doing this. I mean, if he wants to do that, hey, it's great. What do you think about the possibility of Philip Rivers going to Tennessee and San Diego taking that spot?
You know, it's funny. Last week we talked to a few guys from San Diego. I think Philip Rivers stays where he is. Ken Wisenhunt, obviously in Tennessee, has a admiration for Philip Rivers there. I don't know. A lot could happen. We're so close to the draft. I mean, a lot of teams from 2 to 7 are rumored to be moving back and forth.
Yep.
I think Winston and Mariota go somewhere 1 and 2. Now we're starting to hear rumors that maybe Mariota goes to Tampa and all the drama is over, so we'll know right away. But I think there'll be some player movement, but for Philip Rivers, I think he stays in San Diego.
Okay, now if the Philadelphia Eagles, since we're in the Philadelphia area, if they do stay at 20, I predict them taking Landon Collins out of Alabama, strong safety. Do you feel they're going to go after back?
Well, I disagree there. I think it's a very, very weak class for safeties. And Landon Collins, although the best safety in the draft, he's more of a hard-hitting kind of
like a Brian
stay-at-home safety. Yep. And Bill Davis, his defense asks a lot of people to cover in this system, and I don't think Landon Collins really has that multiple skill set that maybe will work in his defense. Not saying he's not a great player.
Right.
If they could move up and get Wayans from Michigan State, that would be phenomenal. I'm hearing Byron Jones from Connecticut. I'd be very, very surprised if they stayed where they are. Last year, Chip Kelly said the best player in the draft was Odell Beckham Jr. All 5 of his guys were on the board. They disappeared. They gambled. They went back. They panicked. They took Marcus Smith. I don't think you're going to make the same mistake twice. I would look for either a cornerback at that position, the best cornerback available, or move up and get a wide receiver.
Do you think the Eagles could go out on a limb and maybe take Perriman from Central Florida?
Well, I don't think that's a limb at all. I mean, obviously you have Jordan Matthews is your #1 receiver right now. Josh Huff, both second-year guys.
Yep.
Pardon me if I don't get too excited about Miles Austin in this offseason. So I think they definitely need another weapon out there. And again, back to this Mariota thing, this Sam Bradford stuff, I just don't see how they would go out and give up as much as they did to get Sam Bradford, to parade him out in front of the media, get him to call his old buddy DeMarco Murray back in Oklahoma, and then trade him on draft day because of this situation. I mean, anything can happen. It's possible. I never want to say never. But the draft should be fun. It should be fun.
With that in mind, with the whole Bradford thing, I'm surprised they brought him in with a $12.5 million salary. The reason why nobody picked him up is because of that salary. And like Brian said, to bring him in and try to shuffle him around for somebody that wants a $12.5 million salary, that's crazy to me.
It's almost $13 million, but it's a 1-year deal.
Yep.
And what's $13 million between friends? It's not
our money.
I think the big thing, obviously, that there's 2 parameters in fact here. One, the Bradford coming off the second torn ACL, and the other is that he needs to sign a long-term deal.
Yep.
And if that's contingent upon any trade, he's not going to sign a long-term deal in Cleveland. So that you kind of throw that out of the way a little bit. So it's going to be very, very difficult if Bradford's part of the deal, which makes me think that if it does happen, Bradford stays where he is and they still get Mariota.
Brian, a couple more questions. With Dallas picking where they are, do you think Melvin Gordon is a good pick as a running back for them?
I think Melvin Gordon's a great pick. I think Jerry Jones wants to go for Gurley out of South Carolina, but either one of those picks. After that, again, it's a draft full. Running backs generally, besides if you're the Buffalo Bills, don't go a lot in the first round. Nope. Dallas did sign McFadden to replace DeMarco Murray from Oakland, but I would think. Well, they've been in talks for Adrian Peterson. Who knows where that goes? Jerry Jones will make a splash somehow or another. I don't see them going with McFadden as their #1 running back, so I do think they're going to draft. Will they have enough to move up and get Gordon or Gurley in that spot? Obviously, they'll move up to get Gurley. Gordon will probably be had right where they are. So we'll see what happens. But I think Dallas is a good bet to get a running back.
Believe it or not, I do have Gurley going 17th to the Chargers. Whether that's a little early or not, I think the Chargers do need some running back help with the loss of Ryan Matthews. And one more question. With the 2 quarterbacks taken, obviously Mariota and Winston, who do you think the 3rd quarterback will be? Could it be Brandon Huntley out of UCLA?
Huntley from UCLA, or I think Bryce Petty's probably.
Okay, that's my next question.
And I'm just thinking Chip Kelly-wise, I think Petty's a better fit than Huntley. After that, again, there is a drop-off. If you listen to my show on 97.5 The Fanatic, I mean, I hate to be ungrateful about these high draft selections, but since 1983, there's been 3 can't-miss quarterbacks. There's been John Elway, been Peyton Manning, and Andrew Luck. Everybody else is a crapshoot. The only tie-in here is that Mariota is with Chip Kelly. After that, it's all luck. It's all desire. It's all hard work. It's all fitting into a different system. So whether it's Petty or Huntley, back and forth, you can do yourself. You got plenty of time. Go through the drafts and check out all the 1st round and 2nd round draft picks that have been wasted on quarterbacks that never have really made a dent in the NFL. So who knows? I'm no Mel Kiper, but I got better hair.
It's definitely going to be an interesting draft. And let's get a little bonus coverage since I'm a big hockey guy. What do you think the next Flyers coach should be, since you covered the Flyers a little bit? It could be a crapshoot.
well, I mean, I love covering hockey, and this time last year I was in New York covering the Flyers and the Rangers. But what a difference a year makes here. I think the Flyers are going to go outside the organization. I hear some articles about John Stevens and coming back, and maybe Ken Hitchcock, who may get fired from St. Louis. There's an assistant coach named Mark Morris in Florida who spent some time with the Manchester Kings, who is the Kings affiliate. Ron Hextall, very close with him. There's also a few guys out there that they can look at. Pete DeBear, the old coach for the Devils, and the Floridas out there. So I think Hextall's going to take his time. He wants to have him coach in place for the June draft, but I don't think that decision's coming anytime soon. Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for the Sports Box today. Hope you enjoyed it. Brian, thank you very much for being an interview with us. Hopefully you'll have Brian back on the show. Remember, the Sports Box, the only opinion that matters is right here. Take care, everybody.